These are the required points to express in your ad. Feel free to paraphrase and speak from your own experience. If you haven't heard about Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. Let me explain. It's free. There's creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. Anchor will distribute your podcast for you. So, it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcast, and many more. You can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. And please make sure, this point, download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. Do you know the spelling of anchor.fm? ANCHOR.FM. Thank you for your listening. See you. Hello everyone. I'm Richard Bon of Work to Live podcast version. This time, what I'd like to talk about is that, you should cut your fingernails when doing hands job. So, some videos, there are many kinds of phone videos as and, there are some videos dealing with or capturing scenes of hand jobs, in which, beautiful women jacks up penises with her own, maybe supposed to be beautiful hands, and some women have long fingernails, and those women jack penises of men with using their long fingers, having long fingernails, stuff like that. And this time, what I'd like to tell you is that, what I'd like you to know is that, you should cut your fingernails if possible. So, the reason is because, you may accidentally injure the penises or some skins around penises, which is because, fingernails are sometimes dangerous, and sometimes fingernails are used for weapons, and which is why, for example, in the case of women, when they are assaulted or attacked by some weird people or weird men, or really dangerous men, if women are attacked by such this really dangerous men, women can kick them in the testicles, or women can kick them in the pubic part, or the penises of those dangerous men. But another weapon is fingernail. Another weapon is fingernail. You can scratch them, for example, scratch the attackers in the faces, for example, and which is how you can use fingernails. But in the case of capturing porn videos of hand jobs, you should, if you're fine, you should cut the fingernails to avoid accidentally injuring the penises of the male casts. So, but maybe some of you want to show your own fingernails for attractive points. It's necessary to differentiate or make your porn videos distinct from other porn videos produced by competitors. So if you'd like to use your own fingernails, or whether fake fingernails or artificial fingernails, or whether your fingernails are natural, in both cases it's fine. But if you'd like to use your own long fingernails for attractive points of the porn videos you'd like to create, so in which case you should round the fingernails. I mean, what I'd like to tell you is that you should make the tip of the fingernails round, or if you'd like to remove some sharp edges, and you should process those long fingernails, and you should make the sharp edges of your fingernails round, which is how you may, which is how if you are a bit careful, if you carefully do hand jobs, you should be or what I'd like to tell you is that you should be careful not to injure the penises or the skins of the male casts, and you may cut your own skin with your own fingernails. So you should be careful when doing hand jobs. So if you process your own fingernails to make them round, to make them having round face or round edge, so that you can, even though you accidentally injure the penises or the other skin of other parts of the cast of the partner, for example, the injuries may not be severe than the injuries cut by sharp nails, which is why I'd like to recommend your cutting fingernails. And if you'd like to use your fingernails for differentiating your porn videos from other competitors, from the works of other competitors, you should make the fingernails, for example, making the tip of the fingernails round, or you should remove the sharp edges and make those sharp edges round edges, which is what I'd like to tell you this time. And so of course, differentiating or make your contents distinct from make your contents distinctive from others is important to collect the viewers. So you should be careful, and you should make sure the safety of the capturing scene of porn videos, which is what I'd like you to know. And also, this is the case to the real hand jobs without capturing porn videos. If you'd like to enjoy, for example, in the case of that you are so men and you'd like to enjoy the hand jobs of your own partners, and in this case, I assume that you are heterosexual, or if you are men, you like women, and if you are women, you like men, and which is a hypothetical situation I'm picturing in my mind. And if you like to anyway, if you are a man and if you'd like to enjoy the hand jobs of your own partners, you should ask your partners to cut her fingernails, or if she doesn't want to cut her own fingernails, you should ask them to process to remove the sharp edges, or you should it's good to ask them to remove the sharp edges of their fingernails. And so if you are women and you are going to jug the penises of your own partners, or if you are going to jug the penises of your male partners, so it's better. It's good to cut your own fingernails. Or if you do not like to cut your own fingernails, I think I recommend you processing your own fingernails, and I think it's good to remove the sharp edges of your fingernails and make those edges round or rounder if possible. And this is as I said at first, this is a case that you are women. That's it. Thank you very much for your listening. See you.